I would like to first personally welcome you to Atlanta. How many first-time DragonConners? Show of hands. Over half the room. Excellent. Well, you're about to have the most magical weekend of your life, so get set. My name is Wayne Hutchinson. I am the track director for the Wheaton Universe track here at DragonCon. We handle all the Joss Whedon-related programming. As you see, we're running a few minutes behind, so I'm going to get right to the introductions. I would like to gladly welcome to our stage Mr. James Marsters. And with him also today is the lovely Miss Julet Landau. And we're still waiting on Mr. J. August Richards. The football game's just started, so traffic's a little crazy out there. So if he comes in, and we'll just make sure we have a seat for him when he pops in. So patiently wait and hope he gets over here safely.
Happy belated birthday, James.
Thank you. Now, just a little bit of panel etiquette to get out of the way. Flash photography is permitted. If our guests here do not want any more flash photography, please respect that wish. If you have a cell phone or any other noise-making device, please put it on vibrate or turn it off. Do not take calls in the room. Take them out of the room. Be courteous. Also, if you would like to ask a question, I have two lovely ladies in the audience that will be manning microphones. Please raise your hand. This is Meg, and this is Sarah over here. They will actually ask you to line up on the microphones if you have questions. Be sure to kneel down so the people behind you can still see and hear, and then when it's your turn, ask a question. Please remember that there is etiquette when asking questions, folks. All right, I will go ahead and toss it to the first person over here. Right on. Stand up, Sarah, so everyone can see you. This is Sarah, guys. She has a microphone. If you would like to ask James or Juliet a question, please.
I'd like to say, too, I don't know about Juliet. Juliet's a lady and a fearless artist. I like to play a game, just for question, if you have one for me, try to embarrass me. It has not, no one has yet done it. So I'm not easily shamed or embarrassed, so try to ask something that's embarrassing. I won't promise to answer every question, but I'd like to see if it could ever happen. So, go for it.
I might refrain from that game.
Yeah.
I'm shy.
Class and something else. Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Right. Probably won't embarrass you, but if you could have played any role, like anything that I wish I could have played that instead of the actor that got picked. I mean, not just that you tried for, but anything.
Oh, man. I feel like my career's been such a smorgasbord of riches that damn, man. You know, I always said that, you know, usually it's the problem with Hamlet is it's usually some old fart playing Hamlet, and it really needs to be somebody who's like, can believably be 17 years old, because when there's a 17-year-old talking to the audience going, you know, I don't know, man, should I kill myself? Can someone help me with this? Because I don't know why it's worth it to live. Why are you people still around here? That's like a profound question. When it's a 40-year-old asking that, you're like, dude, get over it, man. So I kind of wish I could have gotten to Hamlet before I hit 40, and I'm way past that now. So I'm not going to get back to that one. I guess that would be the one that I didn't get to. Yeah.
I'm not 100. Maybe Hamlet. Hamlet's good. Maybe I would have liked to play Hamlet.
There was actually a really good Hamlet, a female Hamlet that I read a review of.
Oh,
it's
really?
Like one of the best that had been on Broadway. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Over here.
This question is for Juliet. I was wondering, you know, you were Drusilla on Buffy, who was sort of a crazy, sort of spacey character, and then you went on to BioShock and played a little girl who was sort of a spacey, crazy character, and I was wondering if maybe the creators of the game if they pulled from Buffy any, if they knew that you could do that role well and they asked you to do it, or how did that affect your role in Bioshock?
Yeah, it actually did happen that way because Ken Levine, who created the game, said that he had auditioned a lot of people and he couldn't really get what he wanted. And they actually even recorded, I think, with a few different actresses, and then all of a sudden he was like, oh my God, Julet Landau. So he called me, he's like, can you come tomorrow and do this? And he basically described what he wanted, and I said, yeah, let's do it. And so he did from Buffy. He was like, I think you can get all the elements that I want in this particular, the dimension of the little demon child.
Was that Bioshock 1?
Yes.
I played that game. I didn't know that was you. That was a good game. It's awesome.
Our next question over here.
Question for James.
Hey, brother.
Hi. In your role as Spike, was there any point in the character arc, specifically like when you went from being evil to being more or less good, was there anything that surprised you and anything that you maybe might have thought was out of character for the way that you envisioned the character?
The whole thing. Every script, I was like, really? I did not see that coming. I did not. That was the thing. I mean, they created the character designed to die. Like in Joss's world, vampires are a metaphor for all the things you get over in adolescence, so that you can, because like in adolescence you realize the world is messed up. And the question that Buffy poses is, how do you not give up on the world or yourself in the face of realizing that? And so vampires are stand-in for all of those things. So for Joss's world, vampires are supposed to be ugly and very quickly killed. And when they decided not to kill me, it was like, well, what do we do with them now? We set him up as such a cool badass guy, and now we've got to undercut that. And it always felt like the rungs of my ladder were being cut out beneath me. And I kept feeling like, man, I'm trying to raise a child here. I'm trying to build a career, and you're undercutting my cool, man. So yeah, I remember when we went back in time and we discovered that I had been a poet. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, Julie and I discovered all of a sudden in what season that was, that we'd had a three-way with the Immortal. We never knew that.
Yeah. There was some illusion that Angel and I got it on, and Angel, and I was like, I'm just staring at David going, do you know what they're making us do? Okay. But there was a point in season 6 that I realized that I had to show up 24 hours a day, whenever they called, 5 days a week, and do whatever they told me to do, to whoever they told me to do it, where or not where, whatever they told me to do, and I would have to do it contractually, and it was a terrifying moment. I literally was in bed, and I did not want to get out of bed, like, ever again. And because the thing is, with a movie or with a play, you get to decide up front if you're willing to give that, or if you're willing to go through that journey. And you can look at a script and say, I don't really want to do that to myself right now. Pass. And with a television show, you read the pilot and you know what the journey is going to be, because in most television shows, it's basically the same story every week. But with Buffy, it was all bets off all the time. And I remember thinking, I have to trust the writers, and they're freaks, So it was a wild, imaginative, fun ride, which got to be absolutely terrifying by the end of it. And I'm glad I did every moment. As an artist, that's what you want. You want to be terrified. That's when you're not bored. So yeah.
If I may interrupt real quick, we have a third person who would like to join the panel, Mr. J. August Richards.
Thank you so much. I'm obsessed with Biddy right now, so I had to do that right now. Is anybody else on Biddy? No one else is on Biddy. Bring bringing Viddy to the masses. Okay. Well, let's follow each other on Viddy.
Right on.
Hi, everybody. Oh my God, it's so nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you very much. She wished me a happy birthday. Can I get a happy birthday? Thank you. I'm real into my birthday. And if you follow me on Twitter, I'm really into your birthday too. So.
Let's go ahead and take another question from right over here.
We were just running you down big time, but we'll stop now.
Nice. Fantastic.
My question is actually for James, and I first want to say that it was really great seeing you on Smallville as well.
Right on.
It was one of my favorite shows. But I wanted to know, how hard was it for you to keep the English accent since you're obviously American?
You know, actually, I'm from Georgia, but there is no rules for people from where I come from. Not from Russia. It's very different. The truth was that accent sucked in the beginning, man. I remember coming out and going, "You were there." And I remember Tony Head coming to me one day, really early on, and going, "We don't say it like that, you prat. You've got to get it right." He said, "I've got to hold my head up back home." And so he literally pulled me aside, and we took every script for about 5 or 6 scripts, went through line by line until I could do it as well as Juliet could already. Yeah. And my basic problem was that the English people speak really fast. So like Buffy and Xander would be like doing their lines, well, I think we should go to, the coffee house and then let's come back home. And I would have to, let's go to the coffee house and come back home, So I would have to know my lines like really fast. And I was just like, God, make me an American. But yeah, that was the biggest problem, was just speaking fast enough. Yeah.
All right, we'll take another question from over here.
Hi, this is for Juliet. I wanted to say my favorite moment last year was visiting with your daddy at 2 o'clock in the morning outside the Hilton. He was wonderful. And he was extremely proud of his daughter. I mean, I thought his chest was going to just burst. He was so proud. And he told me that Gary Oldman asked you to do the video. I didn't know that. So can you tell us more about that and where we can get this?
Yeah, it's actually screening here. My directorial debut, I directed a documentary, a short film documentary about the actor Gary Oldman. And what happened is Gary was directing a music video that he shot entirely on cell phones, and he asked me to direct the making of. And when I got the footage, I basically had 3 cameras chronicling all of the action. But I also had access to all of the cell phone footage, and Gary operated one of the cell cams, so I had this very rare perspective of literally feeling like you were inside Gary's head, and you'd see him get an idea and then carry it through. And so I called Gary and said, could it be, instead of a strictly behind-the-scenes making of, a documentary about your creative process? And he said, yeah, go for it. And so that's Take Flight is what it's called. It's screening tomorrow at 2:30 at the International Room South. And it's pretty cool. Gary loves it.
That's in the Hyatt. I have a question over here.
Yes, I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan. I've been a fan for about 15 years, all 3 of you guys. And James, I wanted to ask you a question about music. I've been a guitarist for about 30 years.
Right.
And I like the album, like Waterfall.
Thank you.
And I'm just curious about when you picked up the guitar and who influenced you in blues and other types of music. I'm a blues man, so I'm curious about that.
I hate to say this, but I was one of those guys that tried to sound like James Taylor. Like no, don't laugh. There's only one James Taylor, man. Put on the record,
Not a bad person to try to sound like.
Oh my, yeah, I guess. But he, I got one of those tablature books, and I learned how to pick out all the songs and everything. So I was like playing bars, but I would only play James Taylor. I was like fanatical about it. He's the best one, I would say that the people that have influenced me as far as writing would be maybe Kurt Cobain for chord structure, Joni Mitchell in my best times, when my melody gets interesting. Man, I don't know. Yeah, Kurt Cobain and Joni Mitchell. It's a
Man.
weird combination.
Oh, that is if you are their love child, I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
But my band is just subplot. My band is back together. Ghost of the Robot. Our last album debuted at 106 on iTunes on the top 200.
Nice.
You can go to Amazon and iTunes. You can pick up Murphy's Law, and we're working on the next one. Yeah. Namaste, Mr. Musician Man.
Next question over here.
This question is for James and Juliet. We never got to see a reunion between Drusilla and an ensouled Spike. If that had happened, how do you think it would have gone down?
I would have gotten him back to the bad side. 200 years, you know.
Yeah.
We had a good thing going.
Enough said. Seriously, yeah. Yeah, Stan Lee would say, enough said.
That was a sinister giggle.
Yeah.
Good question right here.
Hi. He's looking at me.
I'm sorry. This is a question for James. I was just wondering, after you got your soul, do you think that as a person you were better for Drusilla or Buffy?
After I got my soul, was I better? Well, You know, I think that Spike was kind of screwed at the point that he got his soul, because I think that he was happier with Drusilla, obviously, because I don't think he was right for Buffy. I don't think he was good enough for her. I don't think he knew himself well enough for her, and I think that she made a mistake by hooking up with him because she wanted to feel alive. She wanted to feel something, anything at that point, and she went for a twisted heart. So as an actor, I like my scenes with Juliet the best.
Honesty. It's nice.
She can't sue me now. No, man, Sarah's awesome, and those are great scenes. No, she really is. She really is. I'm just trying to be snarky.
Next question from over here.
Hi, James. This question is for you. First of all, in response.
Actually, I have a question for James too.
First of all, in response to your last answer, I want to say Spike was too good for Buffy by the end. But my question is, Buffy's last word in Chosen was Spike's name. Do you think that was Joss's way of answering the question that was inevitably going to come up? Did she? Didn't she?
Wow. See, Joss just likes to screw with you. He doesn't like any package tied up with too neatly of a bow. And so something in me just thinks that he was trying to keep it ambivalent, because I think very clearly in the writing throughout the series, it was hammered in over and over again that Angel was the vamp for her, and that she was making a mistake by going into the waters of Spike. But again, he didn't want you to think that he's not telling you what to think. So I think that come on, she thought I was hot. It's okay. And I tried to be good, See, I thought, it was a surprise for me. I had told Joss, if you want to take my shirt off, just give me 2 months warning, because I look good in a t-shirt, but if you want that shot of the shirt off, give me time to work it and get low body fat, because we've got to prepare for those shots. And he goes, oh, good, over the summer, get it ready, because you and Buffy, you're going to fall in love with Buffy. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I'll fall for Buffy, and that way, we don't have to use the chip as an excuse for me to try not to kill her anymore, because I always thought the chip was a stupid idea anyway. I did, And I will try to be good for her, but of course I'll fail miserably, and that'll be hilarious. And of course, she'll never reciprocate, right? And he goes, no, actually, you guys are gonna have sex. And I'm like, what? You know, again, you know, exactly opposite of what I would have expected.